Do you feel that the supportive and loving relationship that you entered somehow has become a place of hell rather than a place where you would be really thriving and feel supported? And most importantly, do you feel that this is because of all the intrusive thoughts and images about your partner's past or interfering with your everyday life? If so, this might be or retroactive jealousy, a sign of retroactive jealousy. Hi, this is Noemi. So let's talk about how to overcome retroactive jealousy. So it's important that there's a distinction between jealousy, which is a reaction to perceived threat to the relationship. So basically, there is a third party, and there might be something that threatens the relationship, the romantic relationship. Now, in retroactive jealousy, there is no third party. There is, at least, there is no real third party. There is a perceived threat. And that threat is often a perceived threat to what you expect. Like you feel that the relationship might not be as special, as unique, or you feel that you might not be special to your partner or unique for them. But a lot of, so there are lots of things that are similar, lots of patterns that are similar that everybody who struggles with retroactive jealousy has, but at the same time, there are lots of things that are entirely different. And the most important thing is the core issue behind it. So when you think about retroactive jealousy, it is a layer over something. It's just imagine it's like a box. So actually, I have here a glasses case. So basically, uh, retroactive jealousy can is just the outside part. It is something that is a surface level thing. That is not the issue. The issue is what is inside. And often, let's say the glasses. often often what we have to do. So this is why you will probably get there faster if you work with a therapist, a coach. And so this is why my clients get there faster than if they just try to do it themselves or get there. Yeah. So sometimes you can't even get there because we tend to just ruminate and think about the surface level, whether what is really the issue is within, and we might not even get there. We might not even realize that the issue is not your partner's past. Our brain is very good at making us believe that our thoughts are real, that the way we see the world is real, and that what we see is also real. But actually, there's a lot of study, for instance, um, in cognitive psychology or looking at the eyewitness testimonies. Oh my God, we are so bad. Like in the studies, you might not recognize, you might not realize that it's a different person who comes into the room, different clothes, different measures. Our perception and way we perceive and remember things are so inaccurate. Just it's ludicrous. But it's nice to trust ourselves, yes, because if we don't trust ourselves entirely, that would bring in other problems. So, yes, do trust yourself, but at the same time, question, question your thoughts, question the validity of your thoughts. Because if you don't, you get stuck in this loop of trying to get out of retroactive jealousy, but keep you just train yourself to get through that loop over and over and over, the loop of intrusive thoughts and images, and then certain feelings that accompany it, and then you might start behaving in a certain way. So you might actually start interrogating, or maybe just withdraw and not connect with. So there's a kind of a disconnection from your it's not kind of, it's a disconnection from your partner. So you might withdraw from them and give them the silent treatment, or not cooperate, not collaborate, or you might actually try to get to know as much as possible about their past, or stalk them, or stalk their exes on social media, for instance, or even in real life. So do things that you probably afterwards feel ashamed of, because a lot of times when we do things that are not in line with our values and the way we like to think about ourselves, then we feel ashamed. But but when we are in the loop, when we are in pain, we just want to get out of it. And of course, if doing these things might actually give you some sort of relief, then you're training yourself that there is some payoff. Yeah, there is kind of a payoff here, that there is some relief. And when we are in pain, even some relief is better than no relief. But what I want you to do is to really crush it, and say, hey, I don't want some relief. I just want the problem gone. I just want the problem gone. And if the price is giving up on these payoffs and these little reliefs, and actually working on the real problem and finding what is behind it. So it could be your beliefs, it could be your expectations, it could be your attachment style, it could be that you have been left before, um, you have had relationships where you have been betrayed, or there was infidelity. It might be that you have a very low self-esteem. You feel that you're worthless. It could be that you you have a negative self-talk, or it could be that it's a combination of all of them, or some of them, or it could be something very, very different. And until you get to that, and of course, when you go into it, you don't want to go into it with an expectation that it will be this, it can only be this. Yeah, because then you can miss the real, either the real reason, or sometimes we don't even have to know the reason, but we have to solve those issues. So when somebody comes to me and we work on it, we work on the pain, then the important thing is not to have a wonderful story about it, although we do like to understand things. The important thing is to actually dissolve the issue. Dissolve the issue so that my client can go back and live their life as fast as they can. That's always my goal, as fast as you can. Yeah, so the goal is to get rid of it, but also as fast as you can, because you don't want to live another day, another week, another month, another year in pain. And I'm here to say that you don't have to. But you cannot get out of this by working on the surface level, and by trying to get to a solution through understanding your partner's past, through thinking about them, through engaging with these mental images, through any relief that you might get. You need something that goes to the core of this. And once you have done that, that's where you can actually start to make those transformations and really build the relationship you want, because RJ just diminishes it. You can overcome it.